The woman suddenly fainted at an altitude of 10,000 meters. Her body began to slide downward slowly. As she fell faster and faster, she jolted awake in an instant. She tried to grab the ropes of the hot air balloon. But it was already too late. She completely lost her balance. She plunged straight down into the abyss below. However, something unexpected happened. When she opened her eyes again, she realized the safety harness had saved her. But the situation was far from optimistic. She was dangling in the freezing air, 10,000 meters high. Her hands were already numb from the cold. She shouted desperately to her companion in the basket. But her companion was unconscious. Whether they were alive or dead was unknown. Her strength was fading fast. She had to get back into the basket quickly. Otherwise, she would certainly die. First, she wrapped her legs around the rope to keep from falling. Then, using all her strength, she swung her body back and forth. She hoped to use the momentum to reach the basket. Through her efforts, she finally managed to grasp the basket's ropes. She clung to them fiercely. With a sideways flip over the rim, she finally tumbled back into the basket. But the crisis was not over yet. Her companion was still unconscious and needed immediate help. They were now at 13,000 meters. The release valve was covered in ice and couldn't open properly. As the hot air balloon kept rising, the man had lost consciousness from lack of oxygen. They had to open the release valve on top. Only then could they be saved. The woman quickly climbed onto the rim of the basket. She prepared to climb onto the hot air balloon itself with her bare hands. Below her was a bottomless chasm. The slightest mistake would mean certain death. But she had no other choice. She tried to reach for a nearby suspension rope. But it was just out of reach. She lost her footing and almost fell. With all her might, she grabbed a nearby rigging line. She pulled herself back up. She tied the suspension rope around her waist to prevent another fall. After a relentless struggle, she finally reached the bottom of the balloon envelope. But there was no time to rest. Her companion's life down below depended on her next move. She slowly rose to her feet. Mustering all her strength, she kicked downward with her foot. She successfully knocked the release valve open. To prevent the valve from freezing shut again, she wedged her shoe into it. The hot air balloon began to descend gradually. The man regained consciousness. But just then, another unexpected event occurred.